Hi everybody, this is AJ speaking. This is a quick review of Ford's US vehicle sales. The sales that you see in front of you are aka real sales. So these are not sales to dealerships, these are sales to real customers. In August, Ford sold in the US 190,000 vehicles. That's up 4% year over year, but is almost flat months over months. Year to date, 2025 is up 6.6% compared to the first 8 months of last year at 1.49 million vehicles. So that looks at first glance quite good. However, when we start looking at the trailing 3 months trend, so this is the total over the last 3 months, as of each month, you can see kind of the problems. Please note the scale has been cut significantly here to make more pronounced the different selling levels. And what you can see is that we have seen for the last 3 months consecutive declines in the trailing 3 months trend. As of August, in the last 3 months, Ford sold only 562,000 vehicles. That's quite a reduction from the 629,000 vehicles as of May. But to get a better perspective, we should zoom out a bit more. On this slide, we look at the trailing 12 months. Ford, as of August, sells at a long-term high at 2.17 million vehicles. That is up 6% year over year, but is almost flat months over months. When you look at this chart, you might be saying, oh, this looks really good. They've been on a long, consistent upward trend with very few sort of months over months declines, as you can see up here. But in Ford's case, we need to zoom out even more. On this chart, you can see Ford's trailing 12 months sales development over the last 10 years. Please note, for these periods, you see how the trailing 12 months has developed on a month-over-month basis. But then in the older periods, you just see the data point for the December readout. And the key takeaway from this chart is that Ford continues to sell significantly below the 10-year high. The 10-year high was reached in 2016 at 2.6 million vehicles. And as I said earlier, at the moment, Ford sells on a trailing 12 months basis at 2.17 million vehicles. If you haven't watched my video on Ford's financials or my brief video on Ford's long-term share price performance versus the market, I highly recommend you do so. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.